Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel. I'm one hell of a nerd, and today, welcome to a new episode of Critical Mishaps, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass people on the internet play D&D. Bad D&D. That should be noted. It's bad D&D. All right. Anyways, we are going to be continuing where we left off 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry I didn't put a social post out or anything, let everybody know that, you know, we are skipping a week, but we do 3 weeks on and then 1 week off, so that way people get, you know, 6 hours of the most okayest D&D.
Everyone watching their watch.
Oh, that's great. All right. Anyways, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it and have a recap of what happened a couple of weeks ago. You know, we had some things come up, you know? When last we left the party, we ran into a god, the timekeeper Kronos. And after having a very disrespectful encounter with said god, we found out some information. Everybody kind of found out a little bit of information about things going on with their stories. Specifically, our captain found out that one of his best friends and mentors from his homeland of Stormhold, the Stormlord, an ex-general, is dead, and that his father has taken over as interim Stormlord and is preparing for an imminent death because he can't keep it in his pants when it comes to power. So, with that, our team rushed off, and I say rushed off, but I don't know, you know, it took some time, but, you know, we got there as soon as possible. And here is what you see in front of you, everybody. This is Thunderforge Citadel, the capital of Stormhold. One of the few places in all of Aetheria that has a body of water attached to it. In this city, there are towers that vary all over the city that have odd objects that absorb lightning as they hit, which helps power some of the devices that run here in Thunderforge Citadel. As you guys approach and are walking through the city, you start to notice that all the buildings are made out of this weird metallic sheen. And at first, you don't know what it is, but you notice every once in a while, as this is inside the Tempest layer of the Maelstrom, which is a belt of the outer layer of the Maelstrom where storms constantly occur. Magical storms of crazy, powerful lightning and wind just are constantly berating the whole island. So you notice every once in a while as lightning hits these that it almost seems to like absorb the energy, and the wind seems to just be funneled by multiple little channels of walls that are placed in different places that kind of funnel the wind through instead of like having them hit the buildings directly on, to prevent, toppling of buildings and whatnot. Hold on just a second. Our music got sent to like the most wildest thing ever. Here we go. All right. You will note that in the center of this, I can English, it's fine. Don't worry about it. At the center of this city that is bustling with many different forges and blacksmiths and armor smiths and some artificers that are making knickknacks and things that you've never seen before. You see gnomes and dwarves and occasionally elves, but a lot of humanity is still here. And as you are walking through, you see the central castle of Thunderforge Citadel that sits at the heart of it, and it rises with an imposing tower in the center, called the Tempest Spire, which is the tallest structure in Stormhold, is visible from anywhere on the island. From its peak, the Stormlord, clad in his storm-forged armor, can oversee the entire citadel. His presence, a constant reminder of the strength and resilience of his people. The spire is connected to the keep by a series of walkways and bridges. I lost my place. That seem to hover in the air, built from a combination of storm-tempered metals and magically reinforced stones. Yeah. You are escorted through the gates into what is known as the Stormwatch Keep, which is inside the walls of the castle. And you are shuffled through a series of hallways of, again, this super fine stone. Like, obviously stone is in many places, but it's usually rough and hewn from like the ground, clearly using water and sawing techniques of wire to cut the stone for the appropriate size and place. However, here it almost seems as though it was cleaved straight off through almost magical means. The stone is very smooth and very without any imperfections, which is odd for a lot of you who've never been to Stormhold, which is pretty much all of you except for Sora. And Sarud, you may have been to Stormhold before, but you've never been inside the Stormwatch Keep. As you move through the halls and you notice all this, you also notice that there are lights of... It's odd because it looks like magic because you see no flame that keeps it on, but every once in a while it'll kind of dim and flicker out, and then it'll get really bright, and you hear, every time you watch it get brighter, you can hear the crackle of thunder, almost as if whatever this is powered directly by the storm itself. You make your way down to a set of cells with large arches separating each cell. A door is opened and you are shuffled in there, with one exception. they take Zephyra and put her in a separate cell from the rest of you. And the guardsman that you spoke to last time, Sora, simply just said, "Again, I'm so sorry, sir. This is orders." And steps out.
Well, now what the hell do we do?
Well, if they have an ounce of intelligence in their head, they will let my father know that they've put me in a prison. And as much as the man is probably seething at the thought of me pulling a pirate ship into his docks, he would rather save face than
So you're-
the embarrassment of us sitting in this cell.
So you're saying there's a chance dear old dad will pull through for us?
Oh, well, if I know my father, we won't be here very long. Well, I won't be here very long, and I'm going to make sure none of you are here very long either.
I'm glad you followed up with that last statement. I swear to God. I swear to Kronos, we might have had a problem. Huh. Well, if that's the case.
Why they
I'm gonna-
separated Zafara from us, though.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
Zafara, can you hear me?
She's right across the way from you.
I can hear you. I'm right here.
I just imagine the camera panning over, just like, I'm right here.
Don't worry, we'll get out of here.
Is your cell a little more cushy than ours? This one kind of sucks.
As you are now taking in your surroundings, it's not that it sucks per se, so much as there's just nothing here. There's no bed, there is no sink, there are a bunch of cushions that are thrown on one side and a hole for which you to expel yourself.
So I reiterate, our cell, it's not great. Is yours any better? And just to be clear, I know it probably isn't. I'm just making conversation because I'm bored in here.
I'm just sitting in the furthest corner away from the expel hole.
Very well.
That's treasure in the expel hole.
They did take our gear and stuff, right?
Yes. Well, they didn't take your armor or anything like that. They did pat you down and take your weapons. Actually, you all gave up your weapons first, and then they patted you down to make sure you didn't have anything hiding anywhere.
Do we know where they kept or where they put our weapons?
You do not.
Okay. It's probably somewhere in here.
Listen here, you rat bastards. You can take away my loot, but you can't take away my song.
Actually,
Nothing
nothing
will-
taking his loot.
Yeah, they took it. His loot looks like a weapon. Of course they would take it from him.
Oh
It's-
right,
it's-
yeah.
You remember, it's basically a battle axe formed into a loot.
Yeah, I forgot you had the weird loot.
But yeah, that's what I shout into the hallway, hoping a guard can hear me.
I'd be more worried about them keeping the solid gold instrument that he has.
That was
Oh,
also
no.
taken.
No,
And pans to the god standing 2 inches from our cell.
I wouldn't be surprised if they kept the gold loot.
those rat bastards better not.
No.
I-
The men
I-
of Stormhold are honorable.
Good.
At least they were when I left.
Oh,
They are
that's
just
that's
out.
comforting.
Ominous!
I don't even know why they'd keep me separated from you.
Because
If
you
anything,
gotta keep
well,
them
maybe because I
separated.
had too much.
Ah, yes, the great Aetherian song, Separated.
Yeah,
Oh.
they listen to it and they learn
Well,
from it.
they have no problems yelling males and females together, so I'm not sure why they separated you.
This is bizarre. This
As
whole
a
situation is
note,
bizarre.
None of you have been in a dungeon per se before? Except for maybe Zephyra. So, this is a pretty new experience for all of you.
Well, I'm free. I am just going to hum and sing until someone either kills me or lets me out of here.
I'll kill him.
Yeah, which one of
Probably
us is
get
gonna do
killed
it?
before you get out of here.
Where's the dog with the keys?
Let me in his cell so I can beat his ass. Stop him from singing. Yeah, that'll work. If I annoy the guards enough, they'll let us out.
Thunderwave?
Or
Question
they'll
mark?
just put a muzzle on you.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. I like her.
Or the
No
guards will have to come from medical services for you.
Oh, they can try to put a muzzle on me. They can try, but they can't stop me from producing music.
You misunderstood. We're gonna put the muzzle on you.
Oh, come on, guys.
We're being held against our will. Let's maybe not try to kill each other for the most part.
More than we usually do?
I just don't want the
Well-
dragon to start singing.
To be fair, the only person you people have tried to kill was the poor girl across the hall.
Maybe that's why she's separated.
They know.
Let's see. I don't think I've tried to kill her.
Yeah, no.
You were an accessory.
There's a difference between leaving someone for dead and trying to kill them. I really think we should stress that.
Mm.
I feel
Either
like
way,
one-
it's both a shitty
a
thing
lot
to
worse.
do.
What the?
What are you gonna
role
do?
did I just-
What are you gonna do about it, Captain? Lock us up?
Oh, I'm not going to do anything. But
What check did I just see?
Irrelevant.
I could, you know,
It's
I
not
could
irrelevant. It's very
put in-
irrelevant.
put in a word with the hangman for you, if you prefer.
Hang the dragon.
Ah! Let's calm down, everybody. Let's just take it easy. We're all locked in here against our will. Let's dial it back a bit.
A temporary setback.
A temporary
I'm just gonna
setback.
have faith in the captain to get us out of this.
As
no,
you
no, don't
say these words, you hear the door open, and you hear footsteps, and you hear, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. He is, after all, my son. And he has
Ah.
been a constant disappointment to me."
Everyone, that's my father, the acting Stormlord. Father?
You guys see a man in front of you who is blonde, dirty blonde hair, pulled back, taut, smooth, with like almost like greased back, a mustache that kind of extenuates out and almost does the like curls up, and a goatee that is flowing down. He seems like he is very, for him to hold the title of Storm Lord, he looks very frail. And Sora, specifically to you, he looks more frail than the last time you saw him. He used to be a career man, a career soldier, and he was in pretty relative good health. But now you notice that he seems to be almost, instead of standing up straight like he normally does, he ever so slightly has his shoulders hunched. You notice his cane that he used to carry just as a means of exerting power and letting people know that he is around, he seems to be putting a little bit more weight on than normal. But to the rest of you, you see a very formally dressed man, with a shirt that kind of has like a high collar around it, and you see the pin of Stormhold, which is a decorative pin that sits on the whoever the acting Stormlord is, and you see just, you know, military-like slacks, and that is what you see in front of you.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, good sir. I would certainly. Well, first off, my name is Sarah Rise. I am.
I'll stop you there, dragon. Lizard, actually. I don't care who you are, and as I would note, it's not a pleasure to see you being pirate scum as you are. Oh, dear son. You should have just stayed gone.
Father, you look unwell. You are slumped. Is the burden of leadership too heavy for you?
You watch as his face contorts in anger ever so slightly for just a moment before you see a wry smile creak across his face. And you used to be so much more of a man, and now you are a miscreant.
But still twice the man you seem to be, Father. I see that the General's passing has left you in quite a position.
A position indeed. But it is one I carry, a burden that I must inevitably follow through with as the leading house, as unfortunately my son abandoned his post.
A post never wanted is not a post at all. However, I would speak with you privately, if you will. I come with ill tidings, as it were, that are of grave concern to not only myself, but to you.
That's laughable. You hear that, and he looks back to the guards behind him, and they kind of chuckle. My son is concerned for me. He leaves me in the middle of a celebration of his name and stature, and leaves. And he's concerned for me. That is amusing.
Father, you still mistake my lack of want for power and status for a lack of care for my family. And that is very sad, Father, that you think only of what you can gain from a situation, including that of your family.
Son, the day you left and you did not take up your family name, you died to me. But, alas, according to the people, You are my only living heir. And so, I can't have you seen here with these people. So, take him. They walk up to the cell, open the door. A group of like 4 guards are there. 2 of them with spears like at the ready. And the others to kind of like hold you in place to bind your hands if they so need to. What are you doing?
I look back at my crew with a knowing smile and a wink. Lead on, Father, wherever you're taking me.
They have cuffs and they're trying to bind your hands. Are you willing?
Am I willing? You know what? Sure, let him parade his heir through the streets in a pair of handcuffs. Why not?
You watch as the cuffs clasp onto your wrists, and you see runes light up around them, and they disappear.
Did I recognize the? Did I see it? Recognize the magic?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Let's see what that number is. Where's my D20? There it is. Arcana +7. That is 25.
All right. So you know that for sure this is a illusory school of magic, seemingly just to make it so that it doesn't look like it's there, and a slight enchantment there just to bind him more than likely to whatever they want, you know, just so he can't get too far away.
So it's like a tether.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay. I would assume he knows this as this is standard as being from here and a high ranking official. He knows the workings of the law.
I don't know. Do you think you would know that?
I would think so.
I would
Okay.
probably know about the tether part, but I wouldn't have think that there'd be many opportunities that they'd want to hide somebody in handcuffs.
Fair. Regardless, Ray, if you think he already would have known that, then, you know, that's what you have to go on the assumption of.
I feel like he would know.
Okay. So your arms are free to move, Sora, but you notice that as the guards start to move away, you are compelled to follow them.
What the Pied Piper bullshit is this?
And as
That's how that
you
works.
walk past, you hear your father turn behind you as you walk by, and he goes, "Oh yes, and prep the girl."
Prep the girl? Father, what do you mean, prep the girl?
A common, let's say an ally of loose denomination has a certain will to have her taken back to him.
My breath catches.
That
Right.
doesn't sound ominous or anything, Father. Sounds like, for someone who hates scoundrels, you sure deal with a means to an end there, huh?
Oh boy, you think you know everything? You know nothing. You know not of the landscape this place has fallen under in your absence. Either way,
What did happen to the General Father?
enough talking, and you will note that you no longer are able to talk. You go to, like, move your mouth and say words, but nothing comes out.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, in that case, I reach out to my father in his brain and I say, "Oh, we're going to play this game."
You reach out. Do me a favor. Roll a D100.
Hey Ray, you know the captain a long time, right?
98.
I've met him. No, I didn't know him very well.
All right. Interesting. You notice that when you try to send the message, it's almost like there's a block. Like you have to force the message through to his mind. And at first, you almost don't succeed, and then it gives way.
And I'm obviously using an action so that he can respond if he is not able to otherwise.
He just looks at you and goes, "Take him."
The last word I hit him with is coward.
Roll a D100 again.
That one's only a 48.
You try to, and unfortunately, you get this like slight pain in your mind, and you take
You can still mouth.
2 points of psychic damage.
So I take 1 point of psychic damage.
Sure.
Are they
All
still,
right.
Is everybody still in the room right now?
They are walking out of the room right now.
All right, then I shout to his father and the guards and say, "Wait, hold on. What about the rest of us?"
You don't even hear them stop. You don't even hear their footsteps stop. They just keep walking, and you hear his father go, "Oh, you're pirates. We don't like pirates here. You'll rot the rest of your days in that cell." And you hear the click.
Well, this. So now they're gone. They're just completely out of the room with it. They've left.
Zephyr, you were saying something before.
Oh, I was when he said that, I just slightly reacted to it. Not exactly knowing who may be wanting me, but having a guess.
You guys
He was
all
a dick.
watch as, now that everyone's gone, you look over and you see Zephyra, who is distraught. Look of fear and concern just is overtaking her, and she's breathing heavier.
Are there any guards with us?
No, not that you're aware of.
That seemed to have upset Zephyr greatly. Are you okay, Zephyr?
I don't answer you, but I start looking around. Did they just take our weapons, or did they leave us with our packs?
They took all your weapons.
But we still have our things.
No, all you have is your armor. Your armor and clothes, whatever you had on you, but you were patted. You were pat down, unless you were trying to say that you wanted to try to hide something.
So you're going like 125?
Could there have been a hidden pocket in my armor for a lockpick that I might have?
Let's say that you tried to hide it. So let's have you roll a sleight of hand check retroactively.
What does that mean?
It just basically means you're gonna roll a sleight of hand check and see if you beat the perception of the guards.
Okay. Rolling. 27.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's
That might do it.
that might do it. There were a lot of guards there, so I do get to roll a few times, but goddamn.
My armor is stealthy.
So far,
I do kind of rogue.
yeah, no, 100%. You managed to hide a small lockpick from your tools.
Okay. And how many guards are still with us down here?
None.
Oh. May I try to pick my lock?
You can certainly try.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
You would roll a dexterity check plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
So just roll your dexterity check and then add your modifier. Your proficiency modifier.
It's just a 7.
It's just a 7. Okay.
Yeah, because I rolled a 3 plus 4.
Okay. Some of you will find this familiar or reminiscent. You go to disconnect the, to try to unlock this, and you've never seen a cell like this before, so you go to attempt to lockpick it, and one of your picks makes contact with the outer of the door. And when that happens, you take 4 points of lightning damage.
Oh. So, wait, the bars are electrified?
You're not sure? Do you want to touch them and find out?
I mean, certainly makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
You touch the bars, nothing happens.
They must be enchanted for lockpicking.
How sturdy does the door look?
It's made from metal you have never seen before. So it looks pretty fucking sturdy.
So do we
Start
trust
tasting.
Sora or do we bust out?
I'm gonna trust Sora.
I don't know. That dear old dad of his didn't seem all that what's the word? Generous. I,
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if he'll be able to. Sora's gotten us out of a lot of pretty little pickles, but this one seems. I feel like he would try to keep us in here out of spite towards Sora, no matter what he says.
maybe, but I'm still gonna trust Sora.
For how long? Do you want to give us a? Would you like to set a time limit?
Until we're out of here.
That's it. We're really just gonna just pray that Sora pulls through for us. Shit. All right.
Or until I see reason to not believe that he will succeed.
I mean, I think a pretty compelling reason was, and I quote, "You guys are pirates. You're going to rot in here for the rest of your days."
Or they'll hang us.
Whichever comes first.
You will not die. You will live and have a chance to escape again.
If they're taking me to who I think they're taking me to, I will not be living.
I take it, Zephyr.
Get the fuck out of here.
Zephyr, I take it you don't want to be here when they come back, huh?
Nope.
All right. That's more than a reason for me.
Still frantically pacing in myself.
All right.
Can I inspect the lock?
Sure, you can definitely do that. Roll an investigation or arcana check. Actually, you would roll an investigation check.
I was about to say, it's the same. They're both +7. It's 26.
You notice that there is a tamper-proof mechanic built into this lock, and that if there is any kind of, it seems to be arcane in nature, but has like a physical component to it. So it's like inside the lock there is a almost like a device that electrifies the bars whenever it determines that something is being tampered with.
Can I attempt to disengage it or disable the tamper-proof mechanic?
If you would like, however, it is I believe that's thieves' tools, if I'm not mistaken.
Or a trap tool.
Thieves' tools and traps tools fall under the same thing in D&D.
Okay.
Traps tools is Baldur's Gate only.
Yeah. It's fine. No, I knew that's why you said that. I know. It's fine. It's all thieves' tools for that.
Separately?
Yeah,
Anyways.
Because again, you got to keep them separated.
All right. Go. If you want to make a thieves' tool check, you're more than welcome to try.
Damn. That's a 12.
Okay.
Hey, is, Is there like a window or so?
Hold on a second. You take 7 points of lightning damage.
Damn.
Damn.
As you make contact with the edges of the this is almost like a game of Operation. You're trying to get to the device without touching anything on the inside, which is very difficult to do, as it's located, like, the keyhole is here, and then it's located inside the lock over here, so it's very difficult. You would have had to have rolled incredibly high. Yeah, as soon as you touch the metal of the lock, it just goes straight through your body.
Okay.
And I can't use my soul knife abilities without a weapon, correct?
For flavor, I would say you could.
Can I see if that magic will break the bars?
Here's what I will do.
I'm
Go ahead.
desperate.
No, I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. Go ahead and try to make... Let me see how I want to do this, because it's a very specific way I need you to do this. Go ahead and make a roll for the attack of the psychic blades, and see if you can hit in the right spot. Again, it's very high, so just keep that in mind.
26.
It is not high enough.
What?
Yeah, I
Alright.
told you
I rolled
it's meant to be very hard.
Oof, okay. How much damage do I take?
So, again, I asked, is there any windows to our cell?
There are, they're like port windows, and it looks like you can see the sky from here.
How's the stonework in the, I assume, metal bars?
It is a type of metal, and the stonework is immaculate. Remember what I said about it being perfect stonework?
Well, I'm going to summon, and I'm going to summon my conduit pistol.
You attempt to do that, and nothing happens. And with your passive perception, I'll say that you do see a glyph light up in the stonework around the cell as you attempt to summon it and it fails.
Well, just a little experimenty experiment. I'm going to try and cast Gust.
You go to attempt to cast Gust, and a different rune lights up, and nothing happens.
So, no magic.
Yeah. Turns out, the advanced magical, like half magical city, is pretty hard to break out of.
You know, and I say this retroactively, I wanted to try Charm Person, but now it's good to know that would not have worked. Good to know that. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't even try.
Not only would you have had to have found a way to get through this cell, you would have had to have found a way around.
Everything.
His father clearly has something attached to him that makes it harder for people to affect his mind.
Yep. So good to know.
All right. With that, we're gonna move over to Me and a Mr. Captain Sora.
Do we watch or not?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Give me just a second. You're being escorted down the halls. Familiar halls, halls you grew up in. But also different. You've been to Stormwatch Keep more than a few times. And you've ran through these halls with friends of fellow nobles and lords. You know these halls pretty well. And they're usually beautiful and glowing with enchantments to almost imitate sunlight. And you notice none of that is present. A lot of the decorative military pieces or representations of old Stormlords past seem to be missing from the walls.
Lovely, my father's a despot.
And you are walking through this beautiful obsidian marble floor, and you are led up flights of stairs through corridors and hallways, and you notice that throughout all of them, they're all kind of the same, very bland, no nothing. In fact, you also notice that there are very few servants of any kind here, if you see any, other than guards. And you are eventually taken up to what you know to be the Tempest Spire, where most of the proceedings, the war rooms, and such like that is where the Stormlord holds those things. And as you enter the door, or as you face the double doors that usually enter to this grand room, they crack open, and you will notice they almost look identical to your father's study. Like the room has been transformed entirely from a hall of you know, that of for the island of Stormhold and history of Stormlord and all that, and has been very much converted into what your father would consider his own personal private study. You also notice that there is a bed here that seems to have not been here before, and a beautiful desk in front of the spire, the stained glass spire, where your father takes a seat and you are positioned in a chair in front of him.
Am I able to speak yet?
Yeah.
I love what you've done with the place, Father. So much joy and life in these halls.
Your father
I
sighs.
almost feel like I'm at home.
He waves his hand, and you notice the cuffs that were attached to you are suddenly appear again. A glyph lights up, and they seem to unlock. And your father just goes, Kanatosh, it's been a long time since you've been home.
That it has. I can see much has changed in my absence, including yourself. You were always a hard man, Father, but you've become like stone. What happened to you?
I did not always agree with the general. I did not always see eye to eye with him. He was our friend. He was my best friend. And I watched as the vultures picked away at him bit by bit until all that was left was a carcass, and they continued to pull. And in his will, it was said that I would be interim Stormlord. That was years ago.
And yet, still interim.
You know, son, you always were so blind by your own hubris. You always thought you were the smartest person in every room. And most of the time, you were. I missed you. Until I couldn't anymore. These past years, the heads of the family, along with many other strange powers at be, have been attempting to lead Stormhold down a path of destruction. We have lived for centuries on the edge of the maelstrom and have been content with that, learning how to live in the conditions that the maelstrom provides, and through it, it has made us prosperous. But now, there are those who would like to see the maelstrom be harnessed, be used and contained. Sound familiar, son?
It sounds of insanity, Father.
Yes, well, that is why interim I still remain. As one does not lightly call martial law, but it is a decision that must have been made. The general did not die of natural causes. May have looked like it, but he was definitely murdered.
You had nothing to do with that.
He was my best friend, Sora. I would never.
Can I give an insight just to make sure that...
Sure, go ahead.
An An 18.
With an 18, you see something in your father's face that you have not seen in a very long time. Sadness. He did not have anything to do with the murder of the Stormlord. And now that you're really taking him in right now, you understand that this doesn't seem to be a physical, like, ailment so much as it is stress. You notice his hair is grayer. He looks beaten down, worn down like a cliff that's been hit by the waves too much and too often.
I believe you, Father. Were there ever any leads in investigation? Or was just swept under the carpet as things tend to be with the lords of the island?
Of course it was swept under. That was a part of their plan. And they thought that I would simply fall in line. They thought, we'll give him the power. And of course he'll fall in line.
I was not trying to save my skin, Father, when I mentioned that I did bring ill tidings. I may yet be the worst pirate to sail the skies, since I don't make a habit of robbing people or murder, or even fighting when unnecessary. However, we were following a lead to try and find a lost treasure, and what we actually found was a god. We stumbled quite blindly into the realm of the timekeeper himself.
You know that this man in front of you, your father, is not a man of faith.
And Sora isn't either.
And he knows that he raised you not to concern yourself with that of the will of gods or any of that nature. So upon his face, all you see is shock and awe and surprise and bewilderment of, what is my son saying to me right now? He just goes, "Oh, Sora, you have fallen so far."
Father, you know, I don't follow any god. I'm
And
not
yet
preaching
here you
to
speak
you.
of gods and their will.
I am not speaking of their will. I am, however, speaking of the fact that I have seen this god in his own realm.
All right.
And I swear that on the life of my crew. However, when I asked a parting question about how all of you, you and Mother and Delilah, how you
You
fared.
watch as you say your sister's name, and sheer anguish comes over your father's face.
I note that as I finish my sentence. He told me that you are in danger. I didn't ask for an elaboration. I didn't bow in worship. I came here because whether I see eye to eye with you or not, whether I want all of this is irrelevant. My personal feelings for how you've treated me in the past and how I have treated you are irrelevant to the fact that you are still my father. And I don't want to see ill will befall you. However, I saw that pained look just now. Tell me what happened to my sister.
As you say that, we're going to move back to the other players. You are all sitting there, and suddenly you hear the door. A man steps down through the steps. A grizzled man, 5 o'clock shadow, beard untaught, scruffy all over, long wavy hair down to the nape of his neck, and an odd sense of like he doesn't belong here. So he takes a few steps into the light. Zephyr, you know who this man is immediately. This is an agent of the Plank King who uses the Plank King's power and influence to make alliances so that the Plank King's empire continues to be unchecked. He's what one would call almost a politician of sorts for a island of pirates. He looks over at you and he goes, "Well, hello there, Muppet."
I don't say anything, I just stare at him.
It seems your father would like to have some words with you.
I freeze and just continue to stare because
The door to your cell opens and guards are coming in as backup, and you see the same cuffs that were put on the captain are now there. Are you trying to resist?
I want to try something, but I'm so scared.
Go ahead.
Can I cast darkness?
You attempt to cast the spell. A rune lights up in the room, and the spell fades.
As I see that fail, realizing that I'm not going to be able to do anything else, tear goes down my cheek, and I put my hands out to be cuffed.
Ah, Muppet, I was hoping you'd resist. That would have been way more fun.
The last thing I want to do is please you.
He locks the clasps around you, and this time you guys see it. Another instrument of some kind that ever so briefly you see tethered to these shackles. Well, come along then. And you guys watch as Zephyra marches out. Tears falling down her face.
Out of game and character for a second. Does she have to leave or something?
Yes.
Okay, so this is okay.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take our break here, everyone. And when we come back, it will be down a player. But we will continue our story and see where our group continues from here. As things seem dire at best, we'll see what happens. We'll be back in 15 minutes, and yeah, till then, go get some popcorn, go use the bathroom, do whatever you gotta do, you know. All right, we'll be back. Hello. Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good day still. We're gonna get back into some D&D. And yeah. Let's move back over to our thing. Hold on just a second. So instead of us leaving the channel, I just need everybody to mute up. It's just still gonna be just me and Dick for a second.
Me?
I mean, not Dick. I'm sorry, John.
I mean, you were half right. I'm still a dick.
So are
All
we
right.
listening to this again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stay in Discord, so just mute your Discord or mic or whatever. All right. So as you ask this question, Sora, a guard comes in, and you see your father, head in hand, and he just goes, "What is it?" And guard, "Sir, the prisoner has been taken by our guest." Okay. Guard exits. Your father, distraught still, head in hand. You don't think in your entire lifetime you've ever seen what's about to happen, or what you see now in front of you. But your father is now in front of you weeping. The tears roll down his face. And he just says, "Your sister..." "Your sister was taken."
Taken how? Taken by who?
It was either the death of everyone and not giving in to their demands, or it was her. I couldn't be a part of that. I couldn't let them just destroy everything.
Elaborate, and do so quickly, Father. I'm getting the wrong impression, and I really don't want the wrong impression. Please, clarify what you are saying to me.
This sect of people who wish to control the maelstrom, they have infected our nation and probably all the nations around us. They have planted people and turned the noble families against me. They need Stormhold to enact their plan, and it was either I did what they want, or I couldn't give it to them. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I couldn't give it to them.
As much as it pains me, I understand that you did what you have to do. Now what you need to do is you need to give me names and locations and my ship and my crew, and you need to let me take care of this situation in a manner that is unfit of a lord. You feel we're scoundrels and monsters. Let us be, for the sake of my sister.
He looks at you and he kind of smiles and he goes, I was hard on you because I knew that you could take it. I was hard on you because I saw something in you that I saw in my friend. I knew that one day you could lead us. And I knew that all these other things, your mind was so flighty, you would be here, but you were somewhere else. It isn't until this moment I realize being here was never what you needed. You are a man of your own. You will probably still lead this place. Just not from the... Not from... And you watch as he rips the pendant of the Stormlord off of his chest and just throws it in the middle of the room. From this position. I don't have any names. They reach out to me and originally through my mind and then through messages of from other noble families, and it started coming from all of them. So I just stopped leaving. And I couldn't trust anyone, so I expelled all the servants from the keep, and I wear this pendant so that things may not enter my mind as I so cannot be influenced. Your mother tried to take her life after the death of your sister. She blames me. But I could not bear to see you and all of these people die because of some foolish notion that we could control power way beyond ours. That's what got us the Maelstrom to begin with. They think there is some incarnation of this power out there. And they are searching for it desperately. Artifacts of its divine power. He just kind of sits there and kind of starts sobbing to himself. He looks up at you and he goes, The Thornors, they were the first to reach out. That's all I can give you. Am I still here?
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
talking to you this whole time and my shit got muted.
Okay, I was like, what's happening right now?
I said, well, this leaves us two options, Father. The first being, we go for the houses. But this will lead to a civil war. Understand that, and know that there'll be many losses. Option B, and I am not at liberty to divulge why this is a good option at this time. As you say, there are ears everywhere, and if they infiltrated your mind, I'm sure that nobody outside of your pendant is rather safe. So the less people that know of my methods, the better. We can beat them to the punch. We can beat them to what they're looking for. And we can hide it, claim it for our own, or destroy it forever. Understand, though, Father, that both options will require my ship and my crew. I will agree to fly our house flags in port. But anything that is taken in steps of violence, I will still do so under the flag of Captain William.
You watch at the mention of his name. A just look of disgust and anger comes over him. And then it softens.
I say that as I don't want to implicate our house in matters of such unpleasantries.
It is not the thought of you doing this under a flag so much it is the flag itself that causes this pain.
I understand, but know that he was a good man and a friend of your best friend.
Yes, well, he also took my son from me, so...
To be fair, that was more me than him. You know, I can be a persistent pest when the need arises. And then I felt the need.
Well... I'll make you a deal. Here is the key to your cell where your crew is. Should you be able to quietly and without notice get your crew and take your ship, you are free to leave. But these pirates, some of them started coming as mercenaries for this faction, and caused havoc among our shores.
Well, that certainly explains the warm welcome.
Yes. But make sure that whatever you do, make sure you can trust these people. And as to your other friend, she had a bounty on her head. One that could not go unfettered. Angering the Plank King is not something we can afford to do at this moment. Supplies run low, and the last thing I need is for our ships to be attacked while coming to port, so I made a deal. She's probably already gone.
My turn for anger to flash across my face. As I take a deep breath and I calm down. Zafara has been through enough. I understand your position. I understand that this happened before our conversation. I also understand that I will be angering the Plank King in the name of my crew, not in the name of Stormhold. And I will solve both of our problems.
Well, I hope you're right, son. And I am sorry for the theatrics, and I'm sorry for failing you.
You haven't failed me yet, Father.
You're right, I just failed your sister. And you watch as, like, it's like 1,000 yards there. He's not there.
But you saved many. While you cannot undo that choice and you cannot undo that pain, continue to tell yourself that there was a reason for that decision. Now, above board, out of character. Does he know she's like dead? He's seen her get killed, or
He doesn't know if she's dead or not. He just knows that they have told her. You know, they said, hey, if you don't give her up, you know. I mean, you wouldn't know that, but
no?
Yeah.
Understand also that were there a chance to save her, I would have taken it in an instant. Keep your best guards close, Father. Keep out of the light. And if it all becomes too much, I have another plan that neither one of us will very much like. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Until then, I guess.
I assume our equipment is in lockup.
It is.
I'll be creative in getting it back without causing too much of a stir.
Good. I need the men who are here to trust me.
Understood. It's just as I need mine to trust me.
He nods.
Above board again. Do we have sending stones?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if that's something we would have. Stay in contact, or
You're saying like you, the crew, or your family?
the family.
Oh. Maybe not have one like that you know of, but I'm sure he could get his hands on them. He is the Stormlord.
Yeah. I will return when things cool off from this visit, but not very long, and under a different flag on our return. Stay safe until then.
I will do my best, son.
That I stand up, I put my hand on his shoulder and give him a pat, nod my head, and turn to go.
As you leave, you hear your father just sobbing behind you. The doors.
Which, as I leave the room, that's when mine go. But not so much sobby and loud, but like someone in that room needed to be strong.
Yeah.
And I will make my way as carefully as possible back to where they're being held.
All right. We move now back to our players. Hello, players.
Hello, Dio.
You all are hello. You all are sitting here. What are you doing while you're sitting in this dungeon?
I would probably be studying the lock, trying to figure out how to work, see if I can replicate it.
Okay. And the rest of you?
Resting.
Very smart.
I suppose I'll rest too. Well, I mean, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
All right. As you guys are just sitting there, you hear the door and you hear footsteps and the rattling of and clanging of metal before you see your captain with all of your gear.
I've come for your dates with the hangman. Are you ready?
It is all over me.
Here. See, Sarah? I told you.
I'm glad I
Just
didn't
trust
bet
the
you any
captain.
money. I'm glad I didn't bet you any money.
It's far worse than I thought. I'll explain on the ship. We must move quickly, as quietly as we can. Stay out of the sight of the guards. Let's make our way back to the ship, and once we set sail, we'll have a little discussion. And we pick the cleanest, safest route back to the ship as possible. And
I would like everybody to roll a group stealth check.
No,
I knew
boy.
that was coming.
I
It wasn't gonna be that easy.
will let you guys roll at advantage since Sora does know the city in and out.
And I'm
So.
going to cast guidance on myself. Hold on. Isn't somebody wearing heavy armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to cast guidance on
most-
this rock.
Aren't some of us wearing actually heavy armor, not just me?
No, just you.
And now it's just you.
What are the rest of you wearing?
mine's a
Leather.
24. I'll put it in chat.
Yeah, just put it in
Light
campaign
armor.
chat.
When you say roll with advantage, what do you mean?
Roll
twice. Take
twice.
highest roll.
I want everyone to answer at the same time. That will clearly make it very easy for him to understand us.
On a count of 3 or just all at once?
Roll the same check twice, and then take the highest one.
Okay.
Well, I think the goods outweigh the bad here. If it depends on what depends on what Riley rolls.
Well, either way,
Alright,
even if
so-
he rolls a natural 1, Rico rolled a nat 20, so it offsets.
Well, I didn't. No, never mind. Never mind. I
Alright.
didn't say anything.
So total thing as I have.
Hold on
advantage-
hold on like 2 seconds. What kind of armor are you wearing right now, Riley?
It's chainmail. It's basic chainmail. But all heavy armor, regardless of what it is, imposes disadvantage unless it's mithril. I want to say because despite it being heavy, it's light.
Interesting.
And chainmail is the most common heavy armor. Period.
Yeah, the interesting part about that is you're not proficient in heavy armor.
Yes, I am.
According to
All
this,
clerics-
clerics are not proficient in heavy armor.
Yes, they are.
I don't know. Guess it shows that is supposed to be a part of your starting armor, but for some reason it's saying that that's fucking weird.
Pick a domain. Certain domains, clerics don't, but most of them have it.
Mm.
I want to say life doesn't, or may not be life. Anyway, so the only thing I have is guidance and a straight roll, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So unlike the rest of you sneaking around, I'm just an armored dude walking around without a care to the world.
I mean, 18's not bad.
Yeah, it's good. I look
No,
like I belong.
you
I'm
are
not being
attempting to
suspicious.
stealth. You just aren't very good at it because of the clanging of your armor.
The
18
chinking
is good,
chainmail.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's a pretty high group stealth roll.
All right. Overall, you seem to be able to get yourself to the ship unnoticed, undetected, and you board your ship. What would you like to do now?
Captain, we're going back for Zephyr, right? Later.
Fuck.
That is part of the meeting. We'll discuss that when we're out of port.
Roger that.
How long would it take me to put the new engine on? Like to upgrade the engine?
Thought you already did that.
No, we
Yeah.
got fucking kidnapped as soon as. Did I already do it?
You did it
I thought
on
you did.
you made a prototype. That's what you did.
And you installed the prototype.
Yeah, I don't think he installed it. I think he made it.
No,
He didn't
he
install
asked
it.
for permission to put it on, and he got.
Oh,
the approval.
that's right. He did. Yep. Sure did.
Okay. So, never mind.
Okay.
If the engine has
Um,
been installed.
All right. Give me 2 seconds.
Twitch. It's interactive map.
All right. So, um, where are you setting off to?
Right now, just out enough away from port to have a discussion, and then I have a general idea of where we're gonna go next.
I would just take the time to let you know that you would know that they will probably attempt to pursue you. And currently, no
Well,
one
I
knows
guess-
you're aboard the ship. And no one is
I guess
on
once we get it
the
going.
ship.
We're gonna run. Are there any ships at the ready nearby?
No. Not that you can see. Although you do know that the military has a separate harbor.
Well, then we're gonna sail away from that.
Again, I ask, where to?
Well, we're gonna go in the direction of the fastest route towards. Oh, what the hell's the island called now? With the pirates?
Give me a second.
Pirate Island is what I called it, but
Yeah, it's not called Pirate Island. I can't seem to fucking find where it is, though, in my notes, which is unfortunate. Why the fuck?
we're gonna do our best to try and catch the ship that
Hold on. Huh. Where are my fucking notes for this? I know I wrote this down.
They're in the place you're not looking.
Fucking clearly.
He is, in fact, correct.
Corsair's Rest.
we are making on the fastest route towards Corsair's Rest in hopes of catching whatever ship Zafar is on.
All right.
Crew don't know all that yet, but they will.
Oh, that's why things are like this. Okay. Okay.
He forgot his own world building.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, I apparently got my DM notes mixed up with the old campaign's DM notes. So, yeah. I have information scattered everywhere. Alright. So, you take off. Hold on just a second. Let me get a music change. If I can find it. Are you kidding me right now? There it is. All right. You head out, and immediately as you start leaving, you hear, "Hey, is that ship moving?" "I don't think so." "Oh my god, it's fucking moving." You hear them call out, "Hey, stop that! Get down from the ship! This is Stormhold property!"
Sorry, I can't hear you over the roar of the engines. What?
Guy looks to the other guy. "Go alert the guard." He watches.
That won't be necessary. We're just testing.
You watch as one guy sprints off in a direction, and you see a bell, and he starts ringing the bell. All right, we are gonna do some fun things. Our navigator, Mr. Ray Talon. We are gonna have you. Go ahead.
I was about to say 5542 or 5522. That means 10-4, by the way. Just
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead.
Anywho, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll just a flat dexterity check.
No proficiency, no nothing.
Nope, just a flat dexterity check.
13.
All right. You quickly get the ship up, but you falter halfway through, and you have to repeat the power up process one more time, due to an error you made in the starting sequence. But overall, you took about as much time as it would have taken you to normally start it if you weren't rushing. So it's not as bad as it could be, right?
Give it that percussive maintenance.
I kick something randomly.
As soon as you kick something, Ray, you manage to start the engine, and you...
I don't know what you did in this rock, but it worked.
You guys hear guards in armor start to run towards you, and you see that at this point in time, they have a sort of like anti-ship weapon moving into place. So I'm gonna have the captain roll a dexterity check with proficiency, since you are used to piloting this ship. See if you can A, dodge, and B, just yeah.
That is a 21.
All right, let me... All right. So...
I'm sorry, 22.
All right. So, as you are escaping, you are dodging evasive maneuvers out, and you hear, and you see cannons flying towards you. A rudimentary cannon, which is, doesn't do much against you, but it's enough to, cause some damage, especially if they hit an engine. You manage to unfortunately get hit ever so slightly, and the ship takes 8 points of damage to the hull. We're gonna have you make that dexterity plus proficiency check one more time. All right, with a 16, you weren't expecting to get hit. You thought you were doing a good job, and that kind of throws you for a loop. And just when you lose focus briefly, you guys are going to get hit again. This time, it's not with a cannon. Give me a second. You watch as they roll out an arcane artillery machine. And the hull is going to take 12 points of force damage. You do have the hull's HP in front of you, correct?
I do.
I know we settled this once before. If not, I can pull it up real quick.
I don't know. I have it right here, and I have current and total.
Okay. All right. Now, since you have an extra propulsion system, we're gonna say that you see a warship come around the corner, clearly coming after you guys. So I'm gonna let you roll with advantage on this. And I am gonna roll just a straight roll, see if they can catch up to you. It's gonna be a dexterity check. And go ahead and add your proficiency to it as well.
21.
All right. So sure enough, it takes a second for them to get everything together, and you watch as the ship is starting to come out of the harbor as you guys are starting to like take to the skies and just like fly off into the distance. You see that they leave the anchor still attached to the harbor in such a rush. And you watch as like a part of the harbor just gets ripped off as they come around the corner. And when they do, you watch as the ship kind of just gets yanked sideways. And they course correct, but they're still behind you. You just have a large lead on them. And eventually, due to the fact that you have a propulsion system that is a prototype, I'm going to have you roll a random D20. Just straight D20. And I'm going to have Ray do it.
Okay.
You want to beat just a 10.
Straight 20.
Like a natural 20?
No, I said straight 20 because that's what I'm rolling.
Oh.
No, I rolled an 8.
Yikes. So, this is a prototype. In theory, it should work perfectly fine. But, it does have its issues. So, you notice as the propulsion system gives out, engines quickly turn off. So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what's wrong and quickly put it back to get it running real quick.
Can I cook something to help him?
19.
19. Okay. Pretty seamlessly. They cut out for just a second and you realize ever so slightly that basically the force of the engine was rattling things around, and it basically just a wire came loose from the actual console because of the vibration of the propulsion system. You quickly grab it, jam it back into the side of the helm, and you guys take off without a problem. And you pretty much just leave them behind in the dust.
What's-
I will
FYI,
be taking notes on this engine so that way I can upgrade it, and improve it, and make it not a prototype.
gotcha. Let's see. All right. You are now far and away from this city, and are leaving the edge of Stormhold back towards the Whispering Isles. Where would I guess the floor is you guys.
All hands on deck.
All right, I'm already there, so I'm just waiting for everybody else to show up.
Yeah.
The engine's close enough to him to where I can still hear him and maintain the engine, right? In case something else goes wrong.
So the helm is in the helm is like it's right below where he stands to like pilot the ship. And it's just like this fucking console that has a bunch of things on it. So, yeah, I would assume that most of you were above deck and didn't have time to go anywhere else. So,
Head count. We seem to be missing one.
Yes, and I'm going to explain that. Why we are heading in the direction we are heading. First, Ray, great job. The prototype worked wonders.
Thank you.
So, we have business to handle, gentlemen. The first being that as my father's folly, and he didn't understand us or our intentions. Apparently, there was a rather significant bounty on Zafar's head by the Plank King himself from the Corsair Isles. We're going to get it back. And at the speed the ship's heading, hopefully before they get back, and can pin it on us. That we, it's going to be a fight. But she's crew, she's family. We won't leave her to suffer whatever fate awaits her.
You're talking
Back
like
on.
you have to convince us. We're all on board. At least I am.
Back on the Isle of Pirates. After that, it turns out that the great houses of Stormhold, with the backing of an unknown group, are trying to contain and rein in the Maelstrom to use its magic as their own. Not only is that beyond insanity, I think that it would be a little bit like fate or destiny that we are attempting to retrieve a very powerful treasure that'll change our lives from the very same Maelstrom. And lastly, and I don't expect your help while it's appreciated, this group killed my sister, drove my mother to attempt to take her own life, put a wedge in my family, made my father the frail man he is now.
So we're gonna kill them, right?
Oh, I'm going to make them wish death was swift. I may not see eye to eye with everything my father wanted for me, and I still don't want to rule that kingdom. But just like my crew, you don't harm my family. Again, I don't expect you to help me. But if you will, you can have whatever financial gain we gain from this overall design. Split it amongst yourselves.
I think you'd have to fight me to stop me from helping you.
It will be very, very dangerous.
Well,
The houses of Stormhold are not trifle things. But these challenges will not go unpunished. The death of my friend, the former Stormlord, the general, the murder that's been swept under the carpet will not go unpunished. If I have to bring every stone of Stormhold down on every lord, so be it.
Well, like I said, you'd have a harder time convincing me not to help you. So,
Likewise.
Zephyra, then your sister?
With a little dash motor along the way.
My father never outright said she was dead. Just said that she was given to them to save many. While I don't condone these actions and find them abhorrent, personally, I can see the altruism behind the choice. I've spent my career as a pirate doing my best not to cause needless harm. Taking what I wanted, but not to the detriment of others. Probably the worst pirate in history when it comes to being cutthroat.
Not all pirates have to be cutthroats and evil.
But they are going to see a side of Kanatash Sorshana that this world has not seen. So prepare yourselves for whatever battle lies ahead. We make haste to rescue our friend and compatriot. Dismissed.
Well,
So, do we have a plan for rescuing the two?
Well, for rescuing the Zafara depends on if we catch the ship or not. If we catch the ship, the plan is much simpler. If we don't, it gets much dicier.
Alright, well, I guess I should go repair the ship if we're engaging in another battle with another ship. So,
We should really invest in some more armor for this ship, eh?
after after repairs, I'll look into reinforcing the ship. That'll be my next upgrade.
You're doing your father proud, Ray.
I would like to think so. Thank you. That means a lot. And I'm gonna go take off and repair the whole damage from the cannon fire.
Sure enough, the next 5 days will be a challenge to get there as soon as possible. I'm not going to make you roll for the repair. You get it repaired. We do have 5 days ahead of us of travel. Would anybody like to do anything during this 5 days of travel?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to talk to Lumen, but that's it. That can be done whenever.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and look into hull reinforcements or magical shielding, something along those lines to make sure the ship's more sturdy than it previously was.
Valen and Sarud, I haven't heard much from you. Anything you guys want to do?
I'm sharpening my weapons.
Yeah, just preparing for the oncoming attack.
All right. As you all prepare throughout the next 5 days, and usually when we travel, I'm usually making you guys roll for it. But for the sake of brevity, I want us to just move on to the next part. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have the captain roll a straight D20 plus 6.
$16.
All right. With that, you make pretty decent time. Unfortunately, in the 5 days of travel to Corsair's Rest, you do not manage to catch up to the ship. You do, however, make it towards the hold on. Fuck. Oh, there it is. Okay. And eventually you make it to Corsair's Rest, which, as you approach it, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Bear with me just a moment, everybody. Oh. As you approach, you see a large flying island that the mass of the actual island itself seems to be very small. But the actual structure which is built upon it is quite large. Hold on just a second. As you make it, you see that it is just dead structures of ships built upon each other, layer by layer by layer by layer. And it almost looks like a graveyard of ships. But at the same time, it seems to have a bustle and hustle to it of liveliness, with lantern lights everywhere. And around it, sorry, I apologize. There are ships of all kinds, pirate vessels, some occupied and seemingly ready for a fight, and others just there. Let's see. Bear with me just a second, guys. I actually have an image for you.
Ooh.
I'm just upscaling it right now because everything looks better once it's upscaled.
They all do look bigger upscale, yeah.
Waiting for the upscaling. Did this freeze? Because all I got is Daniel staring off into
No, I'm
Avoid.
here. Damn it.
mouth agape like a codfish.
I fucking hate you.
The lights are on.
I'll fucking slit your throat.
But I
No,
don't
I
think
see-
anyone's home.
I see his hair moving from the fan. He's definitely there.
I don't appreciate your attitude, okay? But yeah. I promise. I'm getting there. It's just a pain in the ass.
Yep, I've been there.
Yeah. Nothing ever works the way I want it to.
That's usually how life works.
If
Yeah.
things start going in your words. See if things starts looking up.
That is gibberish.
My tongue was uncooperative for a minute. My brain had to reboot.
Is that the excuse you give her all the time?
I don't know. That's never been an issue.
Oh, come the fuck on. Stop taking your sweet ass time. Thank you. Alright.
It'll get there when it gets there.
Blah, 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 blah. Fucking.
And sometimes it never gets there at all.
Alright. Just gotta add this into DMH. Cancel. Add an entry. Of Corsair's Rest. And add an image. Let's see. There we go. Is it coming through?
That looks nice.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So this is Corsair's Rest.
That's fancy.
Derelict.
Something like that. You approach what seems to be a haphazard dock on one of the many sides of the of jutting planks outward, and you dock your ship for the first time in Corsair's Rest. For this, I think we have to get the pirate music.
It better be Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's pirate
don't
music.
care
That's
if
all
you
I
get-
got for you.
I don't care if we get copyright strike for it. It's worth it.
You land and it is full of drunkards and men of all stature and women of only that of the lowest of statures. And by lowest of statures, I mean on their knees or trying to be. You also see gambling delight everywhere. There are games of all kinds, 3 ante, dragon chess, dice, bones, as they call it. There are everything under the sun. In every corner, there's a new tavern or inn that is full of more drunkards. As you walk through, let's see. Hold on a second. I gotta see something. Gotta pull up stats. There we go. Where the fuck? Oh, there it is. All right. So, as you guys are walking, Sora,
Hey.
you are coming down this walkway of rough cobblestone, laid out on decks of ships, and there are children running around playing, and one of them runs into you and bumps into you, and you ever so slightly feel a tug on your coin purse.
Yep. As my hand quickly goes down to grab the little man's. Very good attempt, though, child. I'll just toss him a coin.
Thank you, sir. I had to at least try.
I lean back to the rest and go, if you aren't aware, keep your hands on your purse.
What are you guys doing?
Empty bag at my side.
Yeah, I'm gonna secure my coin purse.
You go to secure your coin purse, and you notice it is a little lighter than you remember it being.
See, I have such few funds, I don't have a coin purse, or the coin purse is empty. They're elsewhere in my armor.
I mean, 10 gold is a lot of coin.
Yeah, it would seem you are ironically short 10 gold.
Hey, who are you talking to with that?
Ray. He was the one who checked his, thing.
You motherfucking goddamn it, little shit. You fucking.
It's a pirate island, my friend. What did you expect?
Does everyone to be too drunk to actually attempt it?
Pirates are never too drunk to be scoundrels. Just ask my father. As we... Good.
No, I was going to say, what would you guys like to do?
As we make our way along, I'm going to just tune in on conversations around us to see if I hear anything at all about...
What the fuck is that noise?
What noise?
I hear something going, ting!
It sounds like those little magnets that people used to beat together.
Who was lighting up whenever it happened?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It sounded like somebody was like taking one of those like plastic things and like pulling it and letting it snap to the fucking desk. Or like your pencil or whatever. Anyways.
That right there. It just happened again after.
Yep, that.
That's not me. I don't think it's Ray.
What
That's
me?
not me.
Must have been Rico.
Ain't me.
Whatever. Stop it. I don't give a fuck who it was. Oh, God. It's like fucking nails on the chalkboard. Anyways. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
A group? Or.
Anybody who would like to. He specifically asked.
That's a 25.
All right.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
I'm just going off my passive.
That's not how that works. But okay.
Which means I'm not seeing anything.
You listen around and you notice it's not hard to hear what's going on. The talk of the town is very clearly about the return of the Plank King's daughter. And how there are rumors flying around that she's to be executed publicly, to be hung from the mast above. And as you guys can see, there's a giant mast that is basically in the center of the island. And atop it, you see a structure that is up there. And above that, you see several hanging bodies from these masts above it, where clearly someone was making a message. And nailed to their chest is their flag, whatever pirate flag they ran, with a gash straight through the flag as a reminder. So this is what happens to pirates that cross the Plank King.
Quick question. Everything here's made out of wood, right?
I
At least
mean,
the vast majority.
roll an investigation check.
17.
Well, wood was stopped being used a long time ago for ships, since they are sky ships. However, the aesthetic really never wore off. So while there are bits and pieces of wood here and there, below it, the bones of it all is probably more than likely,
Or a steel.
yeah, some kind of alloy metal, some kind.
Well, gentlemen, there's two ways to do this. We can try to find where they're keeping her and sneak her out. We can try to get an audience with the Storm King, or the Plank King, and try to talk him out of murdering his own daughter, which, let's be real, if he's gonna murder his own daughter, then I don't know if there's much talking him out of it. Any other suggestion?
We try fighting our way out, mix things up a bit.
Do you really want to be chased by every pirate loyal to the Plank King until we're hanging from these as well?
We're only loyal to him as long as he's alive. Then, it's who's next?
There's a reason.
Cover
he's the
to somebody
king of
told
the
me this is cool.
pirates. I don't think we're ready for that kind of battle.
We don't want that smoke just yet.
Well, it's a tragic accident. They stored their gunpowder in a very inopportune area. It caught alight. Him and every other room nearby is gone. No one knows who did it.
Well, if you would like to take a look around and see if you can determine any accidental ways for this man's demise, you go right ahead. But if you're caught, I'm sorry, my friend, we don't know you.
There's also the fact that I've not seen a singular doctor, medical person, or any sort of kind of healer anywhere. So, a cut, got infected, unfortunately he died.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go over as well as you think it is.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out ideas. I do have a little bit of medical knowledge.
Do you think he's gonna let you get close enough to apply that knowledge?
Yeah, if he's hurt and needs a doctor of any sort. Assuming he doesn't just have health potions or something on hand.
Well, look into it, but mind yourself and be careful. I'm going to see if we can't determine where she's being kept.
Hold on, Mother Scarlet.
Hmm.
So what I'm sorry, what happened?
His mother called.
No, I know that,
No,
but
Dad needs me to, yeah, no, Dad just needs me to pick up medicine, but he's on the phone with her, so yeah. Sorry. I'm back.
okay.
So
How long are we going to be staying here?
until we get our friend out of trouble.
I could set up a small free medical area. At least begin getting some goodwill, maybe some info.
We won't be here very long.
Fair enough.
So what are you guys doing?
I am going to wander around until I find whereabouts they might be keeping her, or hear whereabouts they might be keeping her. So soon may end
I'm
up
right
with
behind
you.
So you
May end up locked somewhere with the planking. Looking as inconspicuously as possible. Not like Ministry of Silly Walks or anything like that, but
so what I'm sorry, what are you doing?
wandering around, scouting, trying to find out where she's being kept.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So how do you want to how would you like to go about doing that?
Well, maybe we can ask locals.
I mean, might just be able to listen in on it. It's gossip. Pirates love gossip.
Well, yeah, still trying to hear where things are.
As
Where
a
she might,
note,
over here where she might be being kept, but
you know, like just as a note, there would be no reason anybody would talk about where she was being kept unless someone asked. So,
I mean, I imagine it'll be a place with guards. Is there any actively guards?
yeah, my first thought was, well, let's wait until somebody's rowdy enough to get themselves thrown in some kind of brig or hold, and like it's pirates, that might not happen.
I mean, I could go start a bar fight if you want.
then you'll get thrown in. We'll have to rescue 2 people.
I'll just rescue one. I'll be in there on the inside, ready to bust out. I leave my stuff on the ship. That way I ain't got to worry about that.
Any suggestions, team?
I would imagine that anywhere they're keeping prisoners would be magically protected, so I could just walk around with detect magic up for about 30 minutes and see if I can feel anything.
I mean, it's a start.
40 minutes. I can do it for 4 times without having to ritual it.
I don't have any other bright ideas. This is the one of the few places I haven't frequented.
Well, if we needed someone charming, think I might be of assistance.
Ah, yes, please go find a bar wench and give her the most okay lay of her life. Find out where they keep the prisoners.
I don't know why I fucking talk to you people anymore. Why I suggest anything?
Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Go off a song for some information, maybe.
That sounds like a good time.
Throw
Who
it
is
down.
my target?
Well, I would say look for the loudest and rowdiest and largest group and maybe just stop performing and see where it gets you.
You look around you and you see that there is a group of drunken pirates to your left, laughing, drinking. You look to your right and you literally see a woman bare ass naked on a table with someone enjoying her company in the middle of the streets, basically. You see children running around, and now that you're looking for it, you can see that they're always just trying to find a weak point in all these people to try to steal from them. You see people just walking around, just kind of throwing gold around, talking about stories of grandeur and how they conquered this super important treasure and all these different things.
Maybe tell them how you won your solid gold fiddle.
I think I might tell them as I show them. Wait.
Have a few drinks first, just to be.
Is that a good idea? What if someone tries to steal it from me?
Say that again?
Oh, I would just. He was talking about a solid gold fiddle unless someone's going to steal it from him.
It seems like I'm asking for trouble with that.
Well, don't pull it out. These folks tell tall tales without showing proof. You can do the same. Only you'll know that yours is true.
All right, very well. I shall sing for the merry lads, and see if I can get someone to divulge some information, loosen their lips a bit.
So-
Let's get into more drunk. Do we have enough money for me to buy them like a round of drinks as I do it, or?
I don't know, do you?
Let me check.
Also, you guys are standing in the middle of the street right now, so
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, is there anywhere we can go?
you're surrounded by taverns on every corner.
Ouch.
But basically, just go anywhere.
You know, Valen,
Yeah.
considering your unique abilities, you could always pose as a loose woman to get some lips moving.
That's actually a really good idea.
Oh no.
But how little are your scruples, sir?
They're not that low.
Damn. Well, guess it's up to me. All right, I'm gonna then screw the buying them drinks. I'm just gonna roll up to a crowd and start singing my songs.
This is how we die.
Actually, no. You just gave me the great idea what to sing. This is how we do it. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh no.
I thought that's where you were going with it.
Nope. You just gave. I was thinking of what to sing, and then he was like, "Oh, that's perfect." So I'm. Wait. Do I need to roll anything, or just go for it?
So you're just start breaking out in song right here in the middle of everywhere.
Yep. No. I'm gonna walk into a nearby tavern. I'm gonna walk into a nearby tavern and just start. I'm gonna walk in singing.
Okay.
See how quickly I get thrown out.
I guess roll a performance check with disadvantage since you have no one's attention and you kind of just walking in singing, not really on a stage of any kind.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how we do.
This should be interesting.
1 to 17. And 23. Let's go. So
At disadvantage?
Yeah,
Oh,
17
17.
at disadvantage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You start singing. Bards do bard things. You start singing as you approach, and you have the attention of a few people as you start singing. They start singing along with you. And then more people start singing. And slowly yet surely, the whole kind of tavern starts singing. What do you want to do?
Is that Journey?
Well, I would hope that one of my crewmates would take advantage of these happy-go-lucky guys and get them talking. I got their attention. I'm putting them all in high spirits. But if no one wants to do that, once I'm done singing, I'm gonna go up to one of the barmaids and start asking some questions.
Okay. You give the okayest performance in the world as you get everybody singing the song and then kind of just peter out and go talk to a barmaid. Cool. Damn, you really are trying to keep this meme going, ain't you?
It is all I've got left at this point.
You could try to change that, but okay. All right. Anyways,
The rolls won't let me.
you rolled a 23. You could have went with that. You could have made it a big grand fucking performance, but you were like, nah, I'm just gonna sing and then stop. You know what I mean?
I rolled. It was at disadvantage. That's why I had to use the 17.
Yeah, but you still got a 23, dog.
I can't use that though, right?
He
Wait.
rolled a 17 and a 23. He took the 23 because it was at disadvantage.
17 because it was disadvantage.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
So.
Trust me, if I could have rolled that 23 and ended with that, oh boy, we'd be having a party.
Okay, there is clearly a mix-up because I was told you got a 23. So,
No,
but
I
yeah,
said
no.
17. Yeah, that was my bad. I said 17 to 23, so 17 was what I got.
Gotcha. All right. So
I was about to start asking questions. He quit playing. I'm like, all right, I'll wait.
I mean, you don't see many women that aren't engaged in just sexual acts of some kind or attempting to seduce a drunken pirate somewhere.
Just go cock block somebody. You're really good at that. I'm sure they'll love it.
Oh no.
I'm sure that won't blow up in my face immediately.
Perhaps quite literally.
Why are you trying to get with this scrub? Come bed with me. I'm known worldwide for what I can do with my wiener. Granted, it isn't the most stellar reputation, but
All right, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for it. Please, pirates, don't get mad and try to kill me. All right, I see one of the ladies trying to roll up on a pirate. I step between them and say, "I promise you, you have a much better time with me than you'll ever have one of these drunk, smelly fools."
God damn.
I pull out my flask and I stand against the wall and sip while I watch this train wreck in motion.
Roll a persuasion check first to see if you get her interest.
Please, God.
I'm gonna stand with
24.
Sarah and pass the
All right.
flask.
She looks at you and she just goes, "Oh, we don't see many of you around here." And you notice, now looking around, there are not many Dragonborn here.
Oh, I thought she. Okay.
I know what you meant, motherfucker.
I meant Dragonborns. I don't
Well, not
understand.
you, them.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Okay. You've gotten her attention, and alright, she is going to leave you there.
What?
You
Continue the conversation.
Yeah, you have to continue the conversation.
Well, I got her attention. I was waiting on you to do a thing.
What do you mean? I literally just said, she said, we don't see many of you.
Oh, I thought I was waiting for a follow-up. My bad. Okay, and just to be clear, the information I'm trying to get out of her is, what was it again? Trying to find out where someone is?
Oh.
Well,
Totally forgot.
You can't ask somebody because you'd have to do that in character, and you are now stuck with your own wits. So, I don't know. What do you think you're here for?
All right.
He's thinking with the wrong head now.
Yep. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm already in this. Fuck it. Let's see if I can perform better. I'm going to.
You watch as the pirate that was drunkenly beside her just looks at you, looks at her, jaw dropped, mouth open. Oh, come on, man!
Listen, buddy, it's not. Wait a second. I can work with this. All right. Listen, buddy, I won't snatch her up from you if you can do me a solid.
Yeah? What's up?
Capri, this should be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
What I need you to do is punch that guy over there. She's all yours. Punch just any one of these guys in this room. I need you to just start a brawl. And she's all yours.
Nah, man. You can have her.
Fucking pussy. All right. More pussy for me.
I guess we're gonna call that like intimidation. So roll an intimidation check here.
All righty. Oh, you gotta be fucking shit.
With your -1.
I didn't argue it would be persuasion.
Nah. Because he's not trying to persuade him. He's not trying to convince him to do it. He's insulting him. He's reverse psychologying him.
Bingo, and I failed miserably. Damn it, so much for starting a brawl in here.
No, you just made him.
Wait, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 1 + 6, so 7.
No,
Oh,
you rolled a 1.
You rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
that'll be a brawl.
All right, yeah. He goes, first you come over here and you take my girl, and then you call me a coward? Fuck you, man! And he's gonna attempt to hit you.
Oh boy. I guess I'm about to
What's
get
your
my
AC?
brawl one way or another. My AC is 12.
All right, he is gonna punch you right in the fucking face.
Oh.
And he's gonna
All
hit
right.
you for... Jesus Christ, hold on, I'm trying to find my D4.
This is amazing.
He's gonna deal 1 damage to you as he drunkenly punches you in the face in like possibly the worst punch ever. It's almost like a slap almost.
And I'm gonna respond like that's you hit like a bitch. Can I slap him? Can I slap him?
Sure, yeah.
How about
All
kicking
right.
him while he's down?
I'm just gonna slap the taste out of his mouth real quick, and then I'm out of here.
Roll an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. Where are we at?
He's gonna one punch and kill him.
All right, here we go. Oh wait, I think I clicked the wrong. That's the damage. Sorry. Oh no, that is the roll. I think. Was that the roll or the damage?
Wait.
I got a 7.
What timeline did we just enter?
The one where
He
Harambe
does
got
0
shot by-
damage for his unarmed strike.
You said roll on our. Oh, that wasn't damage. I rolled a hit plus / DC. So I guess that was it. And the damage.
I pulled up your sheet and I was like, I think he only does like 1 damage by default. Nope, you do 0 damage with your arm.
Wait, are you fucking serious? Is that what that 0 means? I do 0 damage with an arm strike.
You did 0 damage. You go to hit him in the face, and you try to slap him, and you kind of just you breeze your hands behind your fingers, like almost like gracefully touch his lips as they come by.
He
looks at you.
trying to seduce him.
He looks at you and he goes, "Are you coming on to me, man?"
I'm gonna look at Cat Sora and be like, is he trying to seduce him? Is he flirting?
Let's see how this goes.
This is going absolutely horribly. Wait. All right, no, I'm getting my brawl at this point, one way or another. I start looking around frantically.
I would imagine at this point, everybody's watching.
The guy just looks at you and goes, "Man, thanks, man," and he goes in to give you a hug.
What the fuck? This is awful. This is the worst. This is the worst thing. This is worse than the other thing. This is awful.
Do you let him hug you?
Yeah, I let him hug me because I'm just standing here, just very confused.
He goes, he puts his arms around you and hugs you, and then he goes, "Man, I've never really done it with a guy before, but you know, I appreciate it." And he tries to kiss you.
All right. I gently push him off me, and I'm out of here. I give up. Everything went wrong tonight. I just storm out while I go to find looking for the captain. I'm like, he's standing against the wall, right?
You
Oh,
listen.
the captain's looking away like he has no idea who the fuck you are.
As you walk away, you hear, "Oh man, I really put myself out there."
Oh my god.
You left Morty hanging high and dry, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away. I'm like, can I just burn this fucking place down? I don't care anymore. Whatever we were supposed to be doing here, I'm done. I'm out.
Can I sneak off into a room somewhere and like be not seen?
You can sure as hell try. Roll a stealth check.
I mean, I don't care if they see me go in a public area. I just want to find not that's empty, so I can do a thing. That is a 17. That's a 17. Where the fuck can I? My glasses. I don't have my glasses on. That's why I can't see that. That's a 17.
All right. So you disappear into a storage closet. Under the
I always knew he
stairwell.
was in the closet.
You were in a storage closet with a broom that looks kind of like a woman if you were drunk enough.
Hold on, I'm looking at something. And that is only different.
I think I know what you're gonna do.
You make yourself.
It has been a horrible evening.
Why do you think you know what I'm gonna do?
I just think I know what you're gonna do.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self.
Uh-huh.
And look like a really super hot chick.
I knew this was coming.
I did too.
Like with like a skirt and like a halter hat.
How short is that?
I just
skirt?
wanted to say, if you were really, you can't do it, but I just want to say, in my mind, the first thing that came to mind was you disguise self as the fucking tavern keeper that he gave the okay stick to.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that short. It's short enough to be intimidating, but not short enough to show anything.
Okay.
I'm classy, bruh.
You do that.
And then I'm going to come out and walk up to the meanest looking guy that's not already occupied.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to
Occupy him.
lean forward into his ear and whisper, "Make them tough. I like my men tough. Can you, is there any way you can prove how tough you are in this bar full of tough-looking men? Maybe I could make your night."
He looks at you and he just goes, "Well, baby, I can give you the night of your life and I can prove how tough I am."
It's all please platoon how tough.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and prove that you're as tough as you say you are.
I want you to know, you didn't specify how he had to do this.
I'm not done. I'm about saying I'll point to another guy across the hall and say, he insulted me earlier tonight. If you can take care of him.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
With my 0.
I mean, he's drunk, if that makes you feel any better, so it's a low DC.
13.
That's enough.
All right.
He goes, "Oh, did he now? Well, he's about to be hurting." You watch this big ass dwarven guy who's just like you've seen stout dwarves before, right? But this man is round and muscular and still short. He just gets up, walks over there, pats this guy on the back real hard. "Heard you was talking shit, that there fine piece of ass." "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" "I know what you did." And he just fucking decks him right in the fucking face.
About that time, I'm gonna disappear and drop disguise self.
Ooh, you gonna take that
Roll
from
a
him?
stealth check.
15.
Sora, you watch as the woman, Sora and Valen actually, you watch as the woman who started this moment steps away for just a second, and you watch as she becomes Ray.
And I'm going to make my way back to the wall with the captain and keep drinking.
I hollered over to the guy he punched. You gonna take that shit?
No, man, fuck this guy. And now he starts hitting that guy, and he bumps into a guy behind him, and he's like, hey, man, why the fuck you pushing me? He's like, hey, man, fuck you. Now, a full-on tavern brawl has broken out, and everyone is fighting everyone.
I'm just going to look at Sarah and be like, that's how you start a tavern brawl.
I don't know what you had planned, Sarah, but now's the time to figure it out. There's your brawl. As I duck a bottle that comes flying.
Well, good. At least they're fucking doing it. But I fucking hell, man. How hard
As
is
you
this
guys-
not a brawl?
As you guys are sitting here, a guy gets shoved onto your table. Fuck you, man! You watch as he's just getting the shit beat out of him. Then somebody walks up and grabs that guy and slings him across the fucking room. The guy gets up and is like, sorry, I didn't mean to. And before he can actually finish, some other guy just walks up and decks him in the fucking face. He's now unconscious on the floor.
So, yeah, Sarah, whatever you had planned, brother, I started the brawl for you.
Now's the time to do it. Sips from my flask.
Plan? Oh, I had no plan. I was just hoping that when we started, if I caused enough chaos, that somebody would come in, people would get arrested, and we just kind of follow them sneakily to
It's
wherever
a
they're going.
Island. I doubt they care about a brawl.
Hey,
You
you
will
will look out. He has a knife.
You will note as you guys sit here for the next 30 minutes, no one shows up. They just beat the shit out of each other till no one's standing.
Oh my god. This is not how I'm at. This is wow. They really are just beating the shit out of each other.
Is there
It's a
anybody
pirate island.
talking-
What the fuck did you expect?
Is there anybody conscious in the room?
Is there no pirate law?
No.
You just said pirate and law in the same sentence. I want you to know that you just said that.
Like, is there
fuck.
anybody still standing in the room?
I mean,
At this point.
it's you notice that no one comes near the tavern staff. The tavern staff every once in a while, the tavern keeper every once in a while takes a like someone gets thrown into them by accident, and they'll take like a fucking cup out and just bash it over someone's fucking head, but like no one fucks with them. So obviously all the tavern staff and the girls or the women are still you know, untouched. But other than them, you watch as the women start to walk up to some of the unconscious men and start to take their coin purses.
Did you see my
that's what I was gonna
message?
say.
I was
I did
already
get
in the
your
middle of
message.
that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I wanna replenish and maybe exceed the amount of gold that I had when I walked onto this island.
For both of you, roll a d20.
Just a flat D20.
Just a flat d20.
15.
All right.
13.
All right. Sora, you go for a body, nothing comes up. Ray, you go to pull somebody's coin purse, and right as you do, a woman steps up and goes to grab the coin purse before you.
Oh, it's love at first sight.
What are you doing? It's this beautiful elven woman with scarlet red hair in a button up, like almost like an adventure suit. Like, you know, it's got like the fluffy white blouse and then a leather vest that comes over top of it, brown pants, sword at the side, a dagger in her hand. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna let her have it. She fucking works here. She's probably been mistreated by these fuckers a lot. So.
You notice as she takes it, she goes, "Good day," and she walks out. She doesn't work here.
God damn it.
Assumptions will get you in trouble on Pirate Island, bud.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and end our story there today. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out for while you did. We'll be back again next Sunday. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anywho, until next time, my name's Daniel. I'm one hell of a nerd. This has been Critical Mishaps. These are our fellow adventurers. We'll see you in the next one.
Like and subscribe.